Good Monday morning to you. I'm FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We're going to start with a live look out over Governor's Drive this morning, where we've been talking about a little bit of light snow, as evidenced by the light snow that is currently sitting on the ground. Now, some of this began to fall last night, early this morning, and then some of it has continued over the last couple of hours. Yes, we're talking about some light snow across the Tennessee Valley, but as you can see, it appears the traffic is moving smoothly, and that's a good thing, but it also, the snow is not making matters worse. The snow is a very dry snow, and yes, you can have a very dry snow. You can either have a dry snow or a moisture heavy snow, and what we're talking about this morning across the Tennessee Valley is a very dry snow in that it does not have a lot of moisture within it. Now, a very moisture heavy snow, that's the type of snow that you build a snowball with. It's the type of snow that you build a snowman with. This is a very dry snow in that if it is accumulating in your front yard and you were to go and, scoop your hand in it, it would be very fine, very flaky, kind of like a sawdust. I know that's a weird thing to compare snow to, but it would be like a sawdusty texture in that it would kind of be very fine and it would just kind of fall out of your hand. There's no chance that you would be able to pack this snow together. So here we are looking Governor's Drive, 431, whichever you want to call it. I kind of interchange them myself, and I take this road every single day, and it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in as to what I call it. Now, the car that you just saw drive by, that car is heading southbound down into Owens Crossroads. We're pretty close to the top of Montesano where this camera is, or at least where 431 intersects with Montesano Boulevard. That's pretty close to where we are as far as this picture is concerned. Roadways seem to be looking fine. So cars that are kind of coming at us, they're traveling southbound. Cars that are kind of starting from the bottom of your screen and working their way towards the top of your screen, those folks are traveling northbound into the city of Huntsville. And it appears all lanes of traffic are going to be clear this morning. And as a matter of fact, it kind of looks like the roadway is actually dry, which again is thanks to the fact that we're talking about a very dry snow. We're not talking about a moisture heavy snow. So the roadway actually appears to be dry. Now, this would be the turn lane here. I don't believe this is turning onto Montesano Boulevard. It could be the turn just before that, but the turn lane is definitely still covered, and I would anticipate that the turn lane is probably still going to be slick as well. And that's kind of what I've been getting a lot of across the Tennessee Valley this morning is a lot of, well, the main roadways appear to be fine, but it's all of the back roads that are kind of a mess this morning. And then in general, I've gotten a lot of viewers telling me that up across southern Middle Tennessee, those roads are still an icy mess. Across northwest Alabama, those roads are still an icy mess. I had a viewer in Harvest tell me that they're still dealing with some icy roads and that it's kind of more of a widespread thing. And that's kind of no surprise because once you get to Harvest, you're kind of along the Alabama-Tennessee state line, and the further north you go, probably the worse off the roads are going to be. I just wanted to show you this one because it's really pretty. This is on top of Montesano at this point, and I really like this view from the top of Montesano. We always, whenever it snows in Huntsville, while it may not accumulate down here, and by down here I mean I'm just off the parkway, next to Costco, it always accumulates on top of Montesano, and it always looks really, really pretty. Now, I also want you to pay attention to the fact that we are talking about some breaks in the cloud cover. I was just outside here at FOX54 a couple of minutes ago, and there was actually a little bit of sunshine. There were still snow flurries falling, but there was a little bit of sunshine, and that sunshine is going to help us. It's going to continue to help us over the next couple of hours because it's going to eliminate whatever black ice is still hanging around. Parkway looks great. Look at that. There's some sunshine right there. There's some sunshine hanging out over the parkway. We're looking southbound on Memorial Parkway this morning. The parkway's been open for about an hour and a half, I think. I might be overdoing that a little bit, but the parkway is open. That is the key takeaway here. I woke up really early this morning. I think I was up about 6:15, 6:30-ish. Checked the parkway view, and there was actually a road crew out treating the parkway, trying to eliminate any of the icy spots that may have developed overnight because the parkway was closed. So our utmost gratitude, thanks, and otherwise appreciation to all of those road crews that have been working tirelessly over the course of the weekend to try and keep us all safe. Traffic, of course, moving smoothly on the parkway this morning, and again, a little bit of sunshine. Now, if you do happen to run into a little bit of black ice, remember a couple of different things. Don't use your cruise control if you're going to be going out this morning. Increase your following distance, accelerate and brake slowly. And when I say brake slowly, I mean if you were to hit a patch of black ice, do not slam on your brakes. That is actually going to make matters worse if you were to slam on your brakes. You want to gradually pump your brakes on, off, on that brake pedal because that is then going to allow your car to come to a more gradual stop, and it'll kind of slow down if you were to kind of slide and spin and skid out of control. If you were to pump your brakes, well, that's going to make it much easier, and your car's just going to naturally come to a stop, and the situation is going to be much better. Of course, stay calm, and if you can, steer into a skid. Radar looks nice and quiet, and this is kind of interesting. Now, this is a little bit of ground clutter. Maybe some of this is a little bit of light snow, but for the most part, this is just ground clutter. I was doing a Facebook Live a little while ago, and if you'd ever like to join in on my Facebook Lives, we have a lot of fun over there, right? So you can follow my Facebook page, Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. I would greatly appreciate your follow. There is a Facebook Live that I did not too terribly long ago, so it's still relevant if you'd like to go check that out. But I had some folks, for example, I had a very nice lady in Moulton. She was telling me that it was snowing. Okay, so I can go and look at the radar and say, no, it's not, but she's obviously in Moulton and I'm not. So she says it's snowing in Moulton, but that also kind of verifies. The snow we're talking about this morning is so incredibly dry, and honestly, it's so incredibly light that the radar beam is just simply not picking up on it. But it's snowing nonetheless. We're also talking about whatever cloud cover we have across the Tennessee Valley is also really low to the ground. So I do think it would be harder for the radar beam to actually pick up on any sort of snow. And as far as any precipitation this week, that's about it. We're going to talk about the light snow this morning, but that should get out of here over the next couple of hours, and I even noticed it was really beginning to slow down on Governor's Drive. Otherwise dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, dry as we head into the weekend, dry as we head into the early part of next week, and personally that is something I'm really excited about. It's cold this morning. Grab a coat, grab a hat, grab the gloves, grab the scarf. You're going to need all of it if you're going out this morning. Just bundle up. My wife recently bought my dog a pair of shoes. Is it really a pair though if you have to buy 4 of them? My wife bought my dog shoes and a coat, and I now understand why those things were purchased for him. I also recently learned, not too terribly long ago, in the summertime we always talk about how walking your dog on the pavement can actually be very dangerous. I only learned just a couple of weeks ago that it can be equally as dangerous to walk your dog on cold pavement because it can cause their pads to get really hard and crack. And that was something I didn't know about. So maybe if you can avoid the dog walk this morning, maybe do that because it is incredibly cold. 18 right now in Huntsville, 15 in Fayetteville, 15 degrees in Florence, 18 in Coleman. Yeah, we're colder up across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama where they have seen a significant amount of ice over the last couple of days. Not that it's necessarily warm in Scottsboro, it's not, 19 degrees, 18 degrees right now in Albertville. Pavement temperatures are gradually rising. This is good news. Love to see this. Love to see the fact that pavement temperatures are on the rise. 26 right now in Huntsville, 28 in Arab, 23 in Florence. They are even beginning to climb over in northwest Alabama. Over in northwest Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, do I think pavement temperatures are going to get to freezing today? No, probably not. They are talking about a fair amount of ice on the roadways. Ice is white, so the sunlight is not going to be absorbed by the pavement this afternoon. Instead, it's just going to be reflected back off. So not going to get a lot of help across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. Even with the air temperatures, they're only going to climb into the mid-20s. They've got a high temperature right around 27 degrees. This is about the coldest air we've seen in just barely over a year. Cold weather advisory going to continue through 12 p.m. on Monday. It'll expire for 12 hours, but then it'll go into effect again 12 a.m. through 12 p.m. on Tuesday. It is going to be another really cold night across the Tennessee Valley. Look at this. We drop into the upper single digits across the Tennessee Valley, anywhere between 6 and 8 degrees across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Some of us might only drop as low as 10. I say that like 10 is so much warmer than 6. It's like in the summer, you know, when you get to the 90s, it doesn't matter if it's 90 or 95 at that point. It's just extremely hot. The same logic can be applied during the winter. When it gets to be this cold, when you're talking about temperatures that are dropping into the single digits, it doesn't matter if it's 6, 8, or 10 degrees. It is just simply really cold. And this is the type of cold that you're going to want to drip your faucets for. We were talking about this earlier, how most homes and apartment buildings this day and age are built on slabs. We don't have a lot of basements, and a lot of the new construction homes, and there's a lot of new construction They definitely don't have basements or crawl spaces. They are built on slabs. And normally houses that are built on slabs, honestly, you don't have to worry about dripping your faucets because the slab provides a lot of insulation for you. You know, if you watched your house get built, like I did mine, I was very protective over my house as it was getting built. I acted like I knew what I was doing. But you know, they kind of lay out the framing of your house, and then they do all of your underground plumbing, and then all of your underground plumbing gets covered in stone, and then it gets covered in your slab. That's a lot of really good insulation. So honestly, in 2026, where we're at, a lot of the newer homes that are built on slabs don't need to run your faucets. I'm gonna drip my pipes tonight, and I'm on a slab, because it is just simply going to get incredibly cold. We're dropping into the upper single digits. As a matter of fact, if we get this cold tonight, and I do think we will, this is gonna be the coldest night recorded at Huntsville International since January 22nd, 2025. Remember that stretch of days we had? I think it was like 3 days, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, where it was incredibly cold and temperatures were in the mid-20s, and then low temperatures dropped into the single digits. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Now, we do finally get above freezing as we head into your Tuesday. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 30s, still really cold, but at least we're gonna get above freezing, which is fantastic news for the folks over in Northwest Alabama because they are finally gonna get to melt and thaw out. We're also gonna get to enjoy plenty of sunshine on Tuesday. Coming up tonight on Fox 54 News at 5:30 and 5:30 right here on Fox 54, 6 o'clock over on Fox 54 Plus. I'll give you a look at the entire 7-day forecast. It's too early. I haven't written a 7-day forecast yet. So you can get that tonight on Fox 54 News at 5:30 right here on Fox 54, and then at Fox 54 News at 6 over on Fox 54 Plus. And then I will cut into your programming one more time at 10 o'clock to provide you another temperature update, and we'll see if it's still snowing. Until then, grab another cup of coffee and have a great morning.